First, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm Jim Thomas. I'm from North Carolina. And as y'all can tell, I'm a little different than everybody else here. And I was really tickled the folks out west wanted to hear what the people from the East Coast had to say. I will say most of the things that I've learned come from out west. So it's busy here. So that's kind of how it comes to be. This is my daughter here, and I think she's doing a video, and anyway, she's responsible for me being here. And thank y'all for having us out. So we're going to start with Valari, but as I work along, I'm going to talk about things that's going on right here in this horse's brain. And as long as we know what goes on here, we can really function with the horse. So many times we work and we teach and we train the horse thinking how? Like he's a what? Or she's a what? A human. So we do things and we offer things up just like we would to another human, and that horse can't understand that. And that horse just can't figure it out. So with her, we just want to kind of get things together where she understands I'm not here to bother her, I'm here to help her. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know she needs her feet trimmed. She doesn't know she needs the rocks picked out of them or anything else. You could put a rock in her foot and then pick her foot up and take it out. She'd never give you credit for it. She would just say, my foot hurt, now my foot doesn't hurt. So she doesn't have that ability to give me credit for making her feel better, like the human does. But then we look at them as the horses, well, you should love me now. I just took that rock out of your foot. No, she doesn't understand that, okay? What I want to be able, the whole time I start working with her, is let her feel like she has an option. She has a choice. And I'm not going to make her other choice really negative. I'm just going to make it, that one's just not as good as this one. Let's try this one again. And I want that okay idea. Something else you'll notice when I pick her foot up, I'll never drop it. How many of you drop your horse's foot when you're done with it? What does the farrier do? Right? Slam! There goes that foot. Well, if I pick your foot up and I've dropped it a few times, you're going to get real paranoid about me holding it. And so think about those things right there. I don't think she's going to be a problem whatsoever. So we're going to start off, I want to be able, and I'll start with this flag right here just a little bit. But if I don't know the horse, I'm certainly not going to put parts of my body in a bad place. So if I can't rub her leg with something else, I certainly don't want to put myself down there. And we're going to go to the back feet as well. But I want to be able to offer it up. And just get her to be able to deal with this. Now, I'm not trying to desensitize her to sense of waving the flag or the bag or anything else. I'm just letting her know that when I touch her feet, that she doesn't need to protect them. Does she have any bad places on her body, Susan? Where'd Susan go? Does she have any places where she says, don't go there? Okay, good. Because if she did, I'd want to fix that. Thank you, Mary. That's okay. Just stay right there. I don't want her arbitrarily walking around. Now, she's walking around because she's bothered. That's something different. But if she's just arbitrarily walking around because she's having a little bit of ADD time, I want her to learn to deal with that a little better. There, that's good. Stay in place. Are you serious?
Is that the one with the scar that I bandaged for 6 months?
Okay. Let's talk about a couple of things. I don't know what went so wrong there. According to Susan, that was all wrong. The first thing I did, I worked my way to the foot. I didn't spend 5 minutes doing it. And the whole time she's been here, what have I been doing with my hands with her? Rubbing on her, touching her. Okay. What did I do with the lead rope? I dropped it on the ground. So she had an option. She had a choice to leave. Now she wasn't going to leave too far because all I had to do was step on the rope and then I'd have her right back. But I want her to feel like she's not being tied up, she's not being held down, she's not being forced into an area. She has the freedom of what she wants. I worked my way down to the foot. One thing you will not see me do is squeeze a tendon to ask for the foot. What do most people do? They'll reach for the chestnut and twist it, or they'll squeeze a tendon. Both of those are uncomfortable, would you agree? Okay. I put my hand down and I tickled her in a fetlock. That's all I did. If she didn't give it to me, then I would offer something a little more uncomfortable, and I'll show it here in just a second. But I'll come down, ask for that foot, and I'll get that foot. Now if you'll notice when I've got her foot, did I really make it feel constricted? She's got all the movement in the world. Now, let's see, let's have a, stay there. Yeah, you. Stand up. Okay. Hold your hand out. Put it over. Okay. Does this feel very bad? Okay. Exactly. How do most people hold a horse's foot? Just like that. Y'all see the difference? You feel confined this way, don't you? Okay. You got a choice, don't you? It's things that are that simple that makes the difference to the horse. Ground tie's good, Susan.
Well, good job.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm being set up. Back up, baby. And over here and there. Good. Okay. So if I go down and I tickle, leave it. I know. There. If I go down and tickle and I don't get the foot, I can use a hoof pick, I can use my pocket knife, I can use whatever I have, and real easy, I'm going to start tapping on the ankle. Real easy. I'm going to be annoying, just like a fly would be. Eventually, what does the horse do with the fly? Right? So when the foot comes up, the tapping's going to stop and I'm going to catch the foot. Because she picks it up and drops it. She doesn't pick it up and slam it back down. So it's what the horse would do. So she picks it up and then releases the pressure. I'm holding it. Then I sit the foot down. So the next time I go down, I tickle, nothing happens, tap, 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 here comes the foot. Before long, what happens when the tickle comes? I know the tap's coming after it, I'm going to give you my foot. So it'll get better and better. Here. There, thank you. Now, I'm not a farrier. I'm a trimmer, not by trade, but I trim all my own horses. I hardly ever put the foot between my legs, mainly because I'm too old and my legs are too far from the ground. But a horse should be able to deal with it as long as we don't bring that foot way out here, like you see a lot of trimmers or farriers do. Try to keep that foot up under that horse. Okay, there was a little bit of patience going away right there, but I let the foot move around. It came back, it got quiet, and I had a choice. I could have given it back. There. One more, there. Oh wow, it's coming up a lot faster. And there. Okay. I'm helping you. You're getting distracted, aren't you? And then we have this problem sometimes. Let's take it out here. Let's go right there. Then I can sit it on the block, and I can do whatever I want to right there with it. There. Okay. So it's not her front where Susan goes. She hide. You should be. You set me up. Oh, are the back feet worse?
You know, I could say yes, they are, but God, just
You didn't see what I gave her, did you? Gen X works on horses too. Oh, well, let's see. Now, if I didn't know this horse and working around her, I'd have control of the nose. I'm going to go ahead just to show y'all the reason why. If she decides that she doesn't enjoy me being back there, her hip would come towards me, right? To kick me. Where would her nose go? That way. So as long as I can control her nose, I don't have to worry about the hip coming to me and kick. Now we can, who says, does anybody say a horse can't cow kick? Yes, they can. Okay? But what they can't do, that a cow can do, is bring that foot way forward and kick out with it. They can go out this way, but they can't come forward with it. So if you'll stay just a little forward of the hip line when you ask for the foot, and I always kind of keep, if you're going to kick something, you get this, all right? So keep that part away, and then I'll ask for the foot. If I've really got a concern, I'll ask for the foot with this lead rope right here. And I'll go ahead and show that. So I want to make sure she's good with my rope. There we go. I'm going to control the nose, and I'm going to ask for the foot. And I'm just putting enough pressure there to annoy it. And see, when she's asked wanting to move it around, I let her move it. And I would move it. And when I feel her soften in it, then I'll let her have it back. So as long as I'm controlling the nose, if she doesn't like this, all we're going to do is go round and round in a circle. It's going to come up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Well, when she's bothered, I'm not going to try to pick it up. I'm just going to move with her. When she comes and relaxes, I'll take the rope off. I've got to get her happy first with the rope. Then I've got to get her happy with a little pressure. I may put a little pressure and she kicks out at it. So I'm saying, okay, I don't want to go any further than that. Let's get you good with just feeling the pressure without kicking or being defensive of it. Then she lets me put a little pressure on her. She still holds it good. Then I can ask it up. If I can get it off the ground for 1/10 of a second and set it back down, who's the winner? Both of us. 1/10 of a second. And then the next time, maybe 2/10 of a second. And the next time, and we'll build on it. We as humans are what? Impatient. It's got to happen when? Yesterday. The horse does not have a clock. This horse has no idea when 5 o'clock's coming. no idea when tomorrow's coming. A horse lives his life in 10-second increments. Wouldn't that be a pretty cool way to live? No worries. I don't get bothered about nothing. Right? You know, their stomach signals and says it's time to eat, it's time to drink, it's time for this, it's time for that. It's not because of the clock. And they aren't worried about time. We as humans are about the time. My son taught me, this is something when you give your son credit for things, but my son taught me a phrase a few years ago. He's a helicopter pilot. And he says, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Anybody ever heard that? He learned it when he was in flight school. But what it means when working with a horse, if you'll just slow down, things will happen so fast. But if you speed up, things are going to get very slow with what's going on with the horse. And you just think about the things that you've done, that you've been successful with the horse, that you weren't on an agenda, you weren't on a clock. You were just like, this is going to be a good day. I don't have anything to do. You and that horse can go out and accomplish miracles in an hour. But it's the trainer, and I'm a trainer. I got 45 minutes to work with this horse. I got to get this. Things just go south when it happens. So we'll ask her again. I'm pretty comfortable with her nose, so I'm not going to mess with it. There we go. Then if I'm still bothered, if you notice I'm still controlling with the rope, and I'm going to rub. I'm going to rub on this foot so she isn't afraid anywhere where my hand is. And then I'll slowly let it back down. There. You can put it on the ground. You can, thank you. There you go. What? Your mama's laughing at you. And then we'll move to this step. I've got the foot. Now I'm going to control it with my hand. But if you'll notice, I'm not controlling around the cornet band. I'm not controlling around the ankle. I'm controlling this. So she's got flexibility. She can move this foot around. I'll do things with it. I'll pick it. I'll take it back. And as long as I put my knee in here, she can't pull forward to cock to kick me. And then I'll place it on the ground. A little more. A little more. There. That wasn't so bad, was it? We haven't even stressed you enough to get a lick and chew. Get your little dopamine. There. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So then we'll come back. Let's get nothing up here. You can put it down. Oh, come on. Yeah. I'm actually teaching her something here, if you'll watch. So I can keep that up, and after about 3 or 4 times, she'll just leave her foot there. She'll hold it there. So we'll go to the other side.
I got them all lined up, ready to go. Welcome.
Susan,
Yes, right here.
you just keep moving around.
I'm gonna keep my eye on it.
Come pick your horse's feet up.
Yeah.
So according to Susan, this horse has been very difficult about having her feet handled. Okay? You should have. Okay? But the horse and I came to a understanding as soon as she came in that, honey, you ain't got a thing in the world to worry about. There was no jerking, no popping, no get here, get there, anything else, no tightness. Everything was like happy for her. She came in, turned, and I normally don't say this, but put your butt towards me. Yeah, there you go. Okay. No. Now slide your right hand down and tickle her right behind her ankle. And just wait on her. You don't have the touch. Don't pull on it, just tickle.
I don't have any fingers. Remember?
You got one of these? Like this.
You have to rub my.
This is a tickle.
Oh, that's a tip.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Okay. Set it back on the ground. Stand up and rub it. Okay, so now we know the difference between a tickle and a rub. Okay? Yeah. Your husband will appreciate that. Oh. Okay, again. So start, there you go, start up top. Just back her back up where she was at. And if you'll notice when I had this horse ground tied right here, when she walked in the beginning when I started working with her, what did I always do? Put her right back to here. I didn't scold her. I didn't get angry with her. I just brought her back to here. And before long, she says, you know, he leaves me alone if I just stand right here. That's okay. All right, well, let's do this right here. Okay, you can hold this right here. Now don't pull on her unless she walks. If she walks, just wiggle just a little bit. Say, honey, stay here. There you go. There it came. All right, just keep on what you're doing. Hold on. Now this takes two. There you go. Good. Now use that. There you go. Now you can take your right hand and rub her a little bit when she was trying to take her foot. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, now this is the horse I
Okay. So you missed your moment of opportunity when she was thinking about walking. You could have reached up here and says, "Hey, stay there." Because what a horse, how long can a horse focus?
about 10 seconds.
About 8 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds is how long they can focus. So if I'm down here doing something, she forgets about what's going on here. Then she's like, "Did you see that butterfly?" And she starts going to the butterfly. So I just have to say, "Stay here with me, I'm still here doing some work." Then that brings her focus back to me. But so many times we would want to scold that horse, but Mother Nature said, "Don't focus too long or what will happen? You'll get eaten." So she can't focus on me back here for very long. And I have to remind her, "Hey, I'm still here." I'm saying, "Oh, okay, I got it, Jim, we're good." So does that make sense?
It does, but I need to watch this.
Okay. So if I have the foot, and I'll just stay here and hold it for a minute until she loses focus. No, you didn't. Okay, well, I'm not going to lose her focus. So, the little scold that I just did, good or bad? Good. It was quick, and it was to the point it was over. How many of you have ever seen two horses just have a knockdown, drag-out fight for 15 or 20 seconds, and then they're eating in the same pile a minute later? Don't you wish we could do that? Ladies, look at your husbands right now and says, "See, a horse can do it. Why can't you?" Okay? Because we as humans, we're going to carry something with that. So I can scold a horse quick and to the point, be done with it. That horse has forgot about it. And that horse says, "Maybe I shouldn't bite him on the butt anymore." And after I scold him a couple of times, she won't. But she has to understand what is right and what's wrong. And it doesn't take a lot to make it happen. But we can make little quick corrections just like that. So let's come back to this foot. I haven't worked with it at all. Oh, she says, "Yeah, Daddy." All right, as much as I can, I'm going to let the hoof lay in my hand so it doesn't feel as constricted.
Are you left-handed?
Yes, I am. How can you tell?
Well, I'm just wondering.
Because I do everything with my left hand.
Yeah. Do we have to learn that too?
No, you can do it right-handed. You would really like to see me do something right-handed. I can't pick my nose right-handed, y'all. I would poke myself in the eye. Let's try it. Of course, I got to figure out how to hold this. Okay, so now y'all say how to do it right-handed, right?
Very nice.
So see how we can be suggestive? and make things happen without it being an argument. And we could have kept on and kept on and kept on at that, and she would have kept that foot there till I moved her. And she was never defensive about it. So it's just coming back and saying, no, right here, right here, right here, right here. And that was good. Okay. Geez.
How about Ryder?
Oh. Questions? I really hate to have such a willing candidate. Yes, ma'am. Okay, because the horse is putting weight on you?
No, because I have bad hips.
Okay. The only thing I can see is get your knees further up under you. For you. To keep it on like a hoof jack. Like on the U on the hoof jack, the channel. Okay. And does the foot just not want to stay there? Okay. Did that back foot not want to stay pushed out and set on the ground like that? She kept saying, no, it goes here. I said, no, it goes here. No, it goes here. No, it goes here. No, it goes here. And she finally said, it goes here. But I never caused her heart rate to increase while we were doing that, did I? I just kept at it and kept at it. So same thing with the hoof jack. What you will have a tendency to want to do, hold that foot down there. Okay? When that goes, I can guarantee you, and I would recommend everybody here go and spend $100 to do this. I don't sell them, by the way. But go buy you a heart rate monitor for your horse. They're $100, everything. And you can watch your horse's heart rate in things that you do. A horse's heart rate can elevate way faster than yours can. It can go down faster than yours. It'll double in a matter of 20 seconds. Your heart rate can go that fast, up and down. But when we're teaching things to a horse, if we will watch that heart rate, we'll know when we're taking this horse to a point of an expression I use, put the boxing gloves on. I never want my horse to have to put his boxing gloves on. If that ever happens, it means he and I have got on the wrong sheet of music and we are not in a learning environment when the boxing gloves come on. It's just like when you and a work associate, no. Don't step on it. There you go. When you or anybody that you're dealing with, as your voice changes, so does your energy. And when my energy changes, then the conversation someone and I am having, or the horse and I are having, that changes. It's all about our energy. If our energy is in the right place, it's going to be in the right place on that horse. And I can tell you, somebody that came out of the military for 30 years, they had some energy that could spike in a second. Because I lived in a world of tell to be told. And if I said something, it better happen right then. And if I was told something, the same thing. You know, it better happen right then. So I lived in that world. And I lived in the world of jumping real quick. And the horse told me real quick, whoa, go ahead. Don't bring that around here, Jim. It's not going to work. So I had to change. And my daughter can tell you that as her father in her young years, it was no smoozing. It was about snap, make it happen now. But the horse has changed that for me, you know, in the last several years, that if I really want something to happen with the horse, the heart rate has to stay down, my heart rate has to stay down, and we can really get some things to happen and to go on. You know, it's what I did out here, there was no magic. You know, what I did here was control my heart rate, which in turn controlled her heart rate. I controlled my energy, it controlled her energy. We bring the horse up and down. And if we stay down here, even if the horse elevates because I had that flag, if that horse elevated, It's up to me to bring that horse back down. Still using that flag. But if I show lack of concern, if I show, not lack of concern, but lack of, I wouldn't say lack of concern, or lack of urgency, or lack of anything to the horse, then the horse will start saying, oh, well, he's not bothered, I'm not. Well, what is the biggest rider's mistake when they're riding? They see something, what do? They hold their breath, their body gets tense, now it goes south. So whether I'm working with the horse from the ground or working with the horse from the saddle, I keep it there, and I can't be in a tail mode with the horse. One of the best expressions that I can use is suggest, ask, and tell. Suggest to the horse what you want. If the horse isn't trying, ask the horse what you want. If the horse still isn't trying, tell the horse what you want. But give that horse 3 options. Clear your voice and speak loudly. Before long, that horse will never make you clear your voice and speak loudly. Because the horse knows he's willing to go there. I know what he wants, and I'm going to do it. And if you ever do go loud, go there and get out. Don't make it last and last and last and last. Make your quick correction, just like I did with her when she bit me. Make that quick correction and act like, hey, it's another day. What else? Right. Answers your question. So don't hold the foot there, put it back. Put it back. Put it back. And she finally says, well, dang it, I'll just leave it here. But she won't let me take it out. Okay. Next question. Yes. Okay, you notice that I wasn't holding the foot by the corner of the fetlock, by the ankle. Okay, I palmed the hoof. Right? So if I palm your hand, how much weight can you put down right there before it hurts? No. Well, what's it leaning into? It's leaning into that. And that hurts. I can't put much weight on that. All right? If I'm holding the foot here, I can put all my weight right down here. And it's no pain to me. I'm talking about me being the horse. Okay? So this is the horse's leg. I can put all the weight in the world, but here, I would take, well, if you lift up on that hoof, that horse is going to redistribute their weight, okay? I don't expect the horse to hold the foot for me, but all I'm going to hold is the foot, all right? I'm not going to hold what's associated with it up the line. But I want them to relax. If they relax, you'll feel that tension go away. It's like when she finally relaxed and left that foot out there, that tension just like that. And when that happens, it's like, man, this is just like honey. This is good stuff. You had a question, young lady, a while ago. That's it. I can't, there's very few horses that I can't match energy with, okay? What I'm saying is I can't, no, I said that wrong. There's very few horses I can match energy with. Those horses can go above me, okay, in the ability to control them, all right? But what I can control is the brain. Horses aren't knuckleheads because they want to be. Horses, and this is how we view it, okay? I'm talking how we view, not how the horse views it. Horses are knuckleheads in response to something that we do, in most cases. So, the things that I would ask, like this horse is just having his fit over here. I'd love to have him for about 2 or 3 minutes, and you'd see this horse just stand here and go. Because of being able to say, would you just stand there and be quiet? When he did act up, would you stand there and be quiet? Maybe punish him for about 2 seconds. Now be quiet.
Hey, Daddy, we might be able to get that horse. She's on the horse cancel, and the 4 o'clock canceled. So if anybody has any problem with horses, we have the arena for another hour.
Oh, 4 o'clock council?
Yeah, so we can stay in here.
Well, we'll go work with that horse.
Yeah.
Because he's very, Yeah, I think that fellow just went to go get him. Okay, but that's what I do, is I'm going to escalate up with a little bit of energy and take it away. The horse hates energy. He hates it. Your dog loves energy. The higher your energy is with your dog, the more your dog loves it. Everybody agree? The more you pet him and the more you roughhouse with him, it's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He doesn't like this. This guy wants to sleep and eat. I mean, his respiration, 17 breaths a minute, and his heart rate's only like 30. You know, you talking about low, he's down there. So all I got to do is throw a snowball of energy at him, and it's like, oh, I can't deal with that. And then I take it away, and I say, you want me to hit you with another snowball? And, you know, and I just use that as an expression with whatever kind of energy that I want. I can use energy by just throwing my arms up, hollering at him, and jumping at him. That's energy. I can up the level of activity that we're doing for 10 or 15 seconds, and then come right back down and says, don't you like it better down here? So that's energy. So those are things that we can use. We don't have to get physically aggressive to the horse that a lot of people think. You know, it's just like Emily. I don't know, maybe she got 2 spankings in her life, and that's when Daddy lost his cool. But the other time is, what'd you say, 1?
Just 1.
Okay. But the other thing was energy. She's very lazy. Make her work. A whole lot more productive, plus things I didn't have to do. All right. So just think about those things. Any other questions? So that horse evidently is saying, attention is all I want. All I want is attention. And as long as he gets attention, back up, sweetheart. Thank you. What do you think? Okay, is this horse allowed to rub on me? No. Am I allowed to rub on her? If I want to? Okay. Because let's talk about dominance in horses. You got a dominant and a less dominant horse. Does the less dominant horse rub on the dominant horse when allowed? If you watch them, there'll be a time that the dominant horse will move over next to this horse, up real close, and will send a signal, would you scratch me on my withers? And you'll look out there and you're like, I can't believe that. But who made the call? The dominant horse. This horse can't arbitrarily go up and start rubbing me on my shoulder. She can't do it. It's off limits. I can stand and rub on her. All of those are dominant things with a horse. When you see a horse start, in other words, a horse will come to me for training, at the end of 30 days goes back to the owner. Well, when he goes back to the owner, nothing like that happens. In 2.5 weeks, and you put this one on the calendar, in 2.5 weeks, the owner will call and says, my horse is beginning to, and it'll be, she's rubbing on me, she's walking in front of me, she's not leading like she's supposed to do. So all these things start going away. In the horse's world, the horse is saying, oh, this is a new human. This is just like a new herd. I need to establish my leadership in this herd. And if that person, okay, I am the dominant horse and your role is here, this horse will accept it. But if that person doesn't see that coming and that leadership starts fading away, in 4 weeks this horse will be the leader again. This horse will be walking on that person. Okay. And doing all of those things. So horses view us just like another horse. It's the leadership role. It's the leadership that we establish. And when I first brought her in, I sent her left, I sent her right, I backed her up a few times, I asked her to do a few things. I got what I wanted and I left her alone. A couple little things that probably you didn't even see, I made a slight correction and she was like, oh, okay, this guy's got his act together. I'm not going to try to boss him. And he went ahead and gave me the things that I asked of him. So it's the simple little things that we do, move left, move right, go forward, go back, that makes that horse go in the pecking order where we want them, below us and not above us. We're gonna get that horse?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh.
You got it?
Any other questions? What other problem, opportunity do you have with this horse? She lunges. Okay. And what does she do to tell you she doesn't like it? Okay. Would somebody tell me probably what she is doing is the lunger, opposed to the lungee that would cause her to put her ears back? You said it. Do you chase her with the lunge whip? Does it stay right here along behind her? Come along, come along, come along, come along, come along. It doesn't. You put it away just like a gun in a holster, right? It's behind you when she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. Well, let's just see. Okay. Yeah? Yes. I got it. Tell my daughter that. Tell my last two wives that. Okay. What I did when I just launched that horse around, I gave in black and white, would you please do this? As soon as she gave me what I wanted, my energy says, thank you, continue doing that. She dropped to the wall, I brought my energy back up, I said, please trot, thank you. Then my energy came right back down. So I stayed on the bubble. I kept just enough energy to keep her going. Let her know that as soon as you walk, I will ask you to trot again. So she says, oh, what the heck, I'm just going to keep on trotting then. And then she was happy about it. But I can guarantee you I could pick that flag up, start sending her around, and start chasing her butt with that flag. It's not going to be long at all. Her ears are going to go back, and she's going to start getting real fussy. Just like you would if I started following along behind you. You would be like, if you want to be with me, come up here beside me, don't walk behind me. And it's just annoying to the horse. There's so many things that if we would do it as to another human, they'd turn around and punch us in the eyes. But we feel like, well, I can do it to the horse, or the horse needs me to do it. And in reality, the horse doesn't. If we will view the horse as a 3-year-old child, in everything we do with this horse and working with them, that they're a 3-year-old child. Do you change the way that you communicate to 3-year-old children? Sure you do. But so we seek the level of the child that we're working with. Why don't we seek the level of the horse?